All right, boys, you guys seem to be enjoying these React videos, so here is another one. This is from AGN. Xbox fanboys are coping hard on ROG Ally. It is not an Xbox, it is a PC device. Truth time. So let's hear him out and see what he has to say. Maybe there's some truth to it. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. There is some beef going on between AGN and Turk at the moment. I probably shouldn't be getting involved, but I saw this video and I thought, you know what, someone in my community is definitely going to ask me to react to this. So here we are. So let's do it.
You know, I would like to stay in this building, but this ally drama. All right, we got a lot to talk about here. Okay, so first and foremost, not even just talking about PlayStation in general, but whoever thought of this idea right here, to me, is highly delusional. Let's jump into this. He says, so the PS5 isn't a PlayStation as it doesn't play PS1, PS2, and PS3 games. I wonder if they said that when the PS5 released. First and foremost, what the hell does backwards compatibility have to do with the definition of a console? You want to start with regular NES, Atari, and all of that? What does backwards compatibility have any?
Well, AGN, here is the thing. Digital Foundry in their recent video, I guess, turned around and said that the Xbox ROG Ally isn't an Xbox because it doesn't play any of the older content. It doesn't play any of their backwards compatible or their back catalog of content. So that is where this is stemming from. This is from Digital Foundry. So that is where this notion is coming from. So in Digital Foundry's own definition, in Richard's own definition, the PlayStation essentially is not a PlayStation because it can't run those games.
Thing to do with whether something is a console or called a PlayStation or called an Xbox or called a Switch. Nothing. What is this? This is all remedial stuff. And this can be applied to anything. Like if you were trying to apply it to a Nintendo console, which was the things in the way that consoles have always worked. You're not changing the way consoles worked.
Everything is changing now. Nothing is the way it used to be. Things have evolved way past that. The way consoles used to work was you buy a game and that's it. There is no day one patch or DLC or anything like that. There is no we buy the game now and we fix it 6 months later. There is no download your game or anything. Everything, as time has gone by, has changed when it comes to the games industry. So Microsoft evolving past the console. I mean, let's face it, consoles haven't been consoles for a while now, especially with the latest generation. They're essentially just non-modular PCs, right? The fact that you can even replace the hard drives is telling. I'm pretty sure if they allowed you to change the APU, it probably would work as well if you put a faster one in there. I'm not saying it'd be easy, but if you could, they probably could do that and it would work.
They will always work that way. A PlayStation 6 will be a PS6 whether it has PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, or PlayStation 2 or PlayStation 1 games.
Okay.
Because that's the next iteration of the console, which is not defined or has nothing to do with backwards compatibility.
Except Richard said that it did, and that's why that comment exists. I mean, I'm just stating a fact here. That's why that comment exists. Digital Foundry said it.
By definition. So what the hell is this? I don't understand the point of this. And why we're still acting like 12-year-olds to not understand a basic elementary definition of a PC device, which is an extension of PC. And Microsoft did not originally design that organic component called the ROG Ally and the ROG Ally X that has been out in the market for the longest. And that was a PC extension of your laptop and your desktop. Just because you came in and added some of your features does not mean you turn it into a console.
Well, the next generation Xbox is basically going to be what the ROG Ally is, just more powerful. It's evolved. Xbox has decided that that is what they want their next generation console to be, and by definition, whatever that console is just going to be a more powerful version of the ROG. Whatever you see now in that Xbox handheld that you have right now in the ROG Xbox Ally, that is going to be your next console for Xbox. There's going to be no real difference to it. It's going to work the same. It's going to function the same. It's going to play the same. The fact that it will have backwards compatibility is irrelevant because, as you said, backwards compatibility with previous gen doesn't matter. So, what's the difference?
It's not a console and it's not an Xbox. It is a PC device. You want to know what an Xbox is? Let's scroll up here. Xbox refers to both the original direct Xbox video game console, not PC unit. That's not a console and it's not a video game device.
I mean, let's break it down. What was the original Xbox? It had the NVIDIA graphics card in there. It had an Intel CPU. It had a hard drive. It was a PC, right? The original. I mean, the fact that it's called DirectX box, it was running on DirectX, which is a Windows PC. Do I need to say more? But this is going to be an interesting video.
You see what I'm saying? A laptop is not a video game device, but it can play video games. A PC is a personal computer, not a video game console or a video game brand.
Why is it getting so wound up about this?
Video game consoles from Microsoft and the larger Xbox brand that that encompasses its consoles, software, and online services. So that's what an Xbox is.
And so this device that Microsoft is working in partnership with Asus will have the Xbox brand. It will be a console because it's non-modular. It's got its own kind of OS on there with the lighter windows, hence the software. And it has online services because you've got Xbox, you've got your Xbox gamer tag and stuff on there. You've got your Xbox services on there to be able to use it. So, so far it's checking all the boxes. Whether you like it or not.
Grow up. Xbox refers to both direct Xbox. So we see this, right? Let's just do this twice here. What does Xbox mean? Xbox refers to Microsoft's video game brand.
Exactly. It's a brand. It's no longer one specific platform. Microsoft has evolved past the platform. They have now used the Xbox name as a brand that encompasses multiple different things. And here's the thing. The ROG Xbox Ally doesn't need to play Series X games because it's not a Series handheld. It is a Xbox device. And that's really where it's at.
Not a PC device. I'm asking you a question. What is the ROG Ally? Is it a PC device with the mouse scrolling feature and the app launchers, or is it a console? Don't answer.
I mean, technically it's a console, right? Because that is what Asus called it. They called the original Asus ROG a console, right? So if the manufacturers are calling it a console, I guess it's a console?
Around this. What is an Xbox? A video game brand label for a video game console and for networking and services like Game Pass and stuff.
And so everything you've just said there is on this Xbox ROG Ally. Everything you've just said is on there.
But that does not mean my laptop is an Xbox because it has Game Pass on it.
By definition of Microsoft, yeah, it is. Whether you like it or not. Microsoft has made that definition. And unless your laptop is running Linux, if it's running Windows, they are defining it. It may sound silly, but they are defining it as an Xbox.
Just like it's not an EA machine because it has an EA launcher on it. Or a Steam
I mean, no one uses EA, even EA.
machine.
I mean, a Steam machine would be a Steam machine, right? Because it's going to be running on Linux. So it's going to be running Steam OS. So it would be its own console. It would be its own hardware. It would technically be a thing. That's why a Steam OS or a Steam machine existed in the past.
But if you want to look at it that way, you can, but it is not that. It is a personal computer and a laptop. And anything in those handheld worlds in PC is an extension of the PC world.
But the next generation Xbox is basically going to have everything this has and everyone is okay calling that next generation console a console. But what's the difference between the two?
You are not going to come in there and transform it into a console because it is not a console, it's a PC device.
Well, Asus has said it's a console, Microsoft has said it's a console, and both of them are saying it's an Xbox. So they are defining it, regardless of what people want to say. They are defining it. I still don't understand why he's getting so upset, though.
We know what a console does. It's truth time, children.
What does a console do? It boots up an OS, which is what this handheld will do. You can click a button to start a game, which is what you can do with this device. You'll be able to unlock achievements, which you can do with this device. It'll have a customized OS, which is the the game mode that they have on this device. So check, 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 check. Where's the differentiating part? What is it? Xbox Live only? Is that the only defining factor here of what contributes between a console and the Xbox ROG?
It's getting this immature to me, and I can't believe this coping is this damn bad, where you have to go and try to cope so hard to make it seem like now a PlayStation is not its original definition because it doesn't have a feat that the ROG does not have. Stop trying to downplay successful consoles because your brand failed and you're trying to go make up lies in the PC world to cope, and you can't handle a definition like a simple grown-ass man.
You're directing your anger to the wrong people there, buddy. You need to direct your anger to Digital Foundry because they are the one that came up with that specific definition. People are just running with it because, well, as they say, PlayStation fans love Digital Foundry and Digital Foundry can do no wrong. So Digital Foundry is the one that literally made that definition. And so people are running with it.
Like children, immature. I've never in my life seen so much embarrassing loser coping behavior in my life. I thought some things were bad on PlayStation, but this is the saddest shit I've ever seen from the Xbox community. And for those of you that are not participating,
Guy's really, really triggered. It looks like he's gonna bloody have an aneurysm. Seriously, AGN, I don't even know why you released this video.
in this that are not being dumbasses, kudos to you and high five, brothers. But all you bots and you bootlickers, after Microsoft has stuck it in your mouth multiple times, you're still sitting over here.
Ah, I'm guessing he's trying to rebrand his channel. No one gonna talk like this and then try and still say that they're on the bandwagon with Xbox. Okay, so he's clearly trying to rebrand his channel and move away from Xbox. Okay, that much at least we can confirm now. Because no one talks to their audience like that and expects their audience to return, especially with this sort of a crash out.
Defending this overpriced mid-ass product is insane. And
it's not overpriced. If you look at what's actually in this device for £800, it's actually really well priced. As I showed on the stream today, for £1,500, you can get way better, sure. But this is actually a really powerful device for what you're getting with a built-in screen, its own battery pack. It's a portable, device that you can take and play native gaming on there. So I don't really understand why he's saying it's overpriced. Now, obviously, I assume he's from the US, so you got the tariffs and stuff that are bumping it up. And, well, I guess the US is getting shafted here royally to that degree, but that's got nothing to do with Asus and Microsoft. That's just the US shafting the EU royally, right? If you look in the UK, it's $7.99. It's I know it's a pound, but it is under $800. That's a good deal. And do you know what was also under $800? The original Asus ROG Ally. So it's kept its, pricing exactly the same. Whereas in the US, it's actually increased in price because of the tariffs.
Then you want to go downplay and attack other communities because you, like a toddler, can't handle a simple PC definition. It is pathetic. Like I said, I thought you guys were mature, but goddamn, you're children.
I think the only child here is you. You are literally throwing your dummy out at this point. This is not need. This is not how you conduct yourself, man.
And because you can't handle it, you want to come in and try to bring negativity to somebody's channel? That is hilarious to me. How about you grow up, get out of your toddler pants, and accept a simple adult definition?
That the ROG Xbox Ally X is an Xbox.
By definition, it's all right here. You want to go cope around and make up more lies?
I mean, we're not the one that's lying here. Xbox and Asus are saying it's an Xbox, so what do you want everyone to say? At the end of the day, they are defining it as an Xbox. The next generation Xbox will be exactly what you have it as your Xbox ROG. It's going to be the exact same thing. They are going to synchronize perfectly. Now, this isn't to say that there are other devices that can do similar things or maybe exactly the same thing. There is, but this one in particular is an Xbox. If you go to a store and say, hey, I want to buy the Xbox handheld, they will give you this one. They're not going to give you the Lenovo. They're not going to give you the MSI. They are going to give you this specific device because it's branded, as you say, Xbox.
Holding on to something that ain't even going to sell that much that the majority of the world doesn't really give a shit about, not even 3% probably of the gaming community. Those devices don't even affect 1% of the PC community. Nobody wants.
So why are you triggered so much about it? Like, literally, look at yourself. You are literally going rabid at this point. If you don't care about it this much, why are you reacting to this way? I mean, it's not normal. Chat, this ain't normal. This is literally the behavior that PlayStation fans have been doing. Maybe he's crossing over to the dark side. I don't know. But this is literally the behavior that they've been portraying for a whole week now. And it's crazy. I've made a couple of videos on it already.
To buy your console, what makes you think because they're coming to this that this is somehow going to be some type of like miracle or something?
No, but this is giving you a first step into what the next generation Xbox is going to be. That's exactly what this is doing. Anyone that buys this device will get a foothold into what the next generation Xbox is. For console gamers, this is going to be a big change. But it's also a good change. And the next Xbox will pretty much forego with most of the exclusivity that's been happening with these third-party games. Because Xbox gamers who buy the next generation Xbox will get their games, even if it isn't through the Xbox store, through the other stores that are already on the device, on the console. And the next console that Microsoft is releasing is going to be defined a console, and they have already said it's a console, but it is going to be exactly the same thing as the Xbox ROG. So what are we doing here?
It's going to sell less than anything Xbox labeled ever in history.
No one cares.
It would be a miracle if you sold 2 million.
Again, no one cares.
Still up for pre-order right now. You can go get the ROG Ally X and the ROG Ally, which never sold out. Nobody gives a shit about it.
Actually, it's sold out in the UK. I can't buy it in the UK. He's absolutely lying here. He's full of shit. And clearly, I'm guessing he's one of those people who believes that the whole world revolves around America and there's no other country in the world. But unfortunately, to burst his bubble, that is not the case. America is not the only country in the world. I know it's a massive country, and each of your states in the US pretty much function as a different country, which is why most people think that way that live there. But that is not the case. There are other countries out there that do have civilizations like the UK and France and Belgium and Spain, probably foreign to this guy, but the Xbox ROG Ally has sold out. I can't right now pre-order the device to get it for October the 16th. It is completely and utterly sold out in the UK. If I want the Ally X, I have to wait until December to pick it up. That is it. So over here, he's full of shit and he is outright lying. Or he's just so misinformed because he's so irate, I don't know what to say.
Already launched a product nobody gives a damn about, and you're sitting over here coping, ignoring the anti-consumer behavior, continuing to bootleg and cope so damn hard, and passing it up right past you so quick. I see it, man. I've been seeing it for a while, and I just can't back that up. I'm sorry. No.
No one's asking you to, buddy. No one's asking you to. In fact, no one's asking you to get annoyed about it either. The fact that this has annoyed you so much is probably the weirdest part out of everything. Everyone's just having a good time, you know, enjoying a new device that's coming. They're checking out new tech. For some people, this will be their first forte into something that's not locked to an Xbox, window of store. And so they're going to be able to experience something different. You can also plug this device into your TV and use it as a console just like that. Plug in your Xbox controller and power it up. I mean, it's weird. I mean, this is a good thing. And it's going to be an extension of the next console, which is great.
I would like to see more mature individuals who can handle a simple definition of a device and not
Dude.
drag it on for this damn long. Like, seriously, man, grow up. So, continue back over here. Now we understand that a console definition has nothing to do with a feat.
But they didn't make that feat up. So why isn't your anger portrayed towards Digital Foundry? My only assumption here is that he doesn't do any research whatsoever and decided to go and attack this person, this made in 2 minutes, because he didn't watch any of the Digital Foundry stuff. And even in his comments, it's actually saying what they did. In fact, Turk actually responded to him saying that's the Digital Foundry definition, although that did come after the video was made. So, but I'm pretty sure there's something in the comments in there that pretty much say the same thing. It's weird. This is weird. This is weird even for AGN.
Sony has an RDNA 4 feat coming for FSR 4. You see what I'm saying? Xbox is a feat added in. Gamepad, you added in to an already existing PC device on its own that had nothing to do with them whatsoever for the original development of it when it was on the market, sitting there. That's what it is, and that's what it will always be. You can come add whatever the hell you want to it. Like, you can come add EA stuff to it. Put an EA button on it. It is not an EA machine. It just has EA components now added to it.
Unless EA wanted to call it and EA Play. I just think I don't understand why he's so angry.
There's no way of dancing around this now because I'm getting tired of it. Now I'm slamming it all down. Please come and cope somewhere else about this. And if you have some people on the other side thinking that the PlayStation Portal was some type of like handheld console, you're delusional too, because that is an accessory. Now, when Sony...
I mean, yeah, it's an accessory, but originally when it came out, everyone was calling it a console. Everyone was calling it all sorts of things. But yes, it's an accessory.
He makes an actual handheld.
I mean, when Sony makes an actual handheld, they're never going to support it, right? Just like they didn't with everything else that they did. The accessory is supported because they don't have to do anything. It just works.
That will be an actual handheld. Syncing with the PlayStation, coming from the PlayStation department. It came from Sony. Other people can help, but it's still Sony's device.
And Microsoft's department also assisted with this, whether it's from the design of the shell or functions, especially with the new Windows UI that was built specifically for this. Yes, it's usable elsewhere as well, and it's going to become the standard because that is what Microsoft wants to do. But they did create it specifically for this device.
You see, it's their official device. It's coming from their department, and it's going to be a PlayStation device, not a PC device that already existed. Oh, yeah. I don't think so. It's like the Nintendo device will always be Nintendo. Because it comes from them, and that's the only way it existed. There's no extension of anything else. Except of the piece that it is tied into. It's all PlayStation stuff. And Nintendo stuff is all Nintendo stuff. This stuff over here is third-party OEM. And don't try to play all that other nonsense too, because this is where I start to realize that instead of you accepting a simple truth, now you're acting childish again and trying to dance around it and play.
What is the simple truth, though? Like, I don't actually get what he's angry about. Like, this is like throughout this whole video, I'm actually not sure why he's angry. It doesn't make any sense. Like, what is the actual reason he's angry? What is the truth that he's trying to get at? Is he trying to say that Xbox is dead? Xbox doesn't exist anymore? I mean, the brand is pretty strong right now. It's known everywhere. Maybe not for just consoles, but everything that you play now, even if it is a slogan as a joke, people are now more brand aware of Xbox than they've ever been. So, what is it that he's actually trying to convey here?
These little mind games and make people feel guilty and then try to grab other consoles instead of just realizing you didn't have to do none of that. All you had to do was accept a simple definition: a PC device with awesome Xbox integration that is going to get more and more closer to an Xbox experience over time. But to not call it an Xbox, because why are we doing this?
Because this is the new evolved definition of what Microsoft has created as an Xbox. The new console is basically going to be this, and that is going to be the next generation Xbox console. I doubt it's going to be modular, so you can't upgrade anything. It's going to be as is, but it is pretty much going to be what you have on the ROG without the screen, with better internals for your console. And that is going to be marketed as a next generation Xbox console. This is going to be an extension to that console. So you can continue your gaming away from your console. I don't understand why this is so difficult. And again, the whole backwards compatibility thing came from Digital Foundry, and the Xbox ROG was never defined as a series handheld. That was Project Keenan, and that got shelved. And I think it's been shelved for good reason. It probably won't ever come out, and I think that's the right play from Microsoft. Where they've gone now in fully embracing this openness to other stores and whatever, that is the future that they've chosen, and they're doubling down on it, and this is the way for them to go. This is the right path for them. This also means that when you buy a next generation Xbox, outside of those first party Sony titles, which eventually will appear on, you know, Steam or elsewhere anyway, if you own the next generation Xbox, you're going to have access to all of these games, including the ones that Sony, if they even bother at this point, money hatching third party exclusives that will appear on PC day and date. You'll still be able to play them because, by definition, your next generation console will have the extension or the capability of running those games. But it is still going to be called and defined as a next generation Xbox console. And this handheld is an extension of that console. And it's giving people a gateway into what that experience is going to be like right now for the price of £799. Yes, in the US you get shafted. There's just no hiding that. You know, that's your government. But the rest of the world doesn't. So 799 isn't bad. It's not expensive for what you're actually getting.
We already looked at the definitions and we knew this. It's just insane that we got to get to this point. So that's what I have to say about this. I'm not going literally to attack anyone. I've seen enough comments. This stuff is annoying, but my comments will be open again. If we have to keep making more content, hey, man.
You've literally attacked the whole of the Xbox community, and you said you're not going to attack anyone. You literally insulted every single Xbox community member. And you're turning around and saying that you're not going to insult anyone. You literally attacked every single Xbox community member in this video with your own words. Come on, man. Come on. This is why I said at the beginning, you made this video really hot-headed. Something sparked. It triggered you like crazy. Maybe it was your argument with Turk. I don't know. But this video should not have existed. because it's clear that you made this video on the back of being really, really heated. And yeah, it really didn't come out great. Especially considering people are just regurgitating what these companies are actually saying and the path that Microsoft has chosen.
And it's gotten this far. All right, whatever. But Jesus, man, all this over device that nobody's going to play or care about. Watch the majority of these people not freaking own one at all. I mean, supposedly the series sold what, 30 million? This thing don't even sell 1.5 million or 2 million. But look at all this ruckus over it. This is what.
Apparently, rumors are that it's already pre-ordered 2 million, and that was I think over the weekend that pre-orders had hit 2 million. I don't know if it's true or not. I'm just saying what I read, but pretty impressive if it has. Obviously, there's scalpers as well to take into account, but a purchase is a purchase, right?
I'm saying. Makes you look desperate, man. And it's looking pathetic to all the 96, 97% of the rest of the goddamn world.
And there you go. I'm not going to attack anyone, but I'm going to call you guys all pathetic and desperate. Not a good look, my friend. Not a good look. I don't know, folks. This crash out was pretty special. I don't think it was needed. I think he's going to regret the crash out, but man. Yeah, the Xbox ROG Ally X is a console. It is an Xbox. All right, I'm out. Peace. Peace, folks. I'm out. It's a console. It's an Xbox. Microsoft defined it as an Xbox. It's an Xbox. End of story.